All right, Tulsi-crats, indie-crats, and political refugees, free radicals. Hello, I'm Dave, and welcome back to The Radical Independent. Today is kind of a tough day to do a video, and I really think the content of this video is important. The kind of message that I throw out to everyone, I think, will help steer the conversation in a new direction. Now, we are all crying over the spilt milk, over the DNC, over the "See, I told you so," which happened in the last 24 hours. Basically, it's official. Tulsi Gabbard will not be participating in the third Democratic presidential debate. This is a painful thing considering how well she's doing in places like New Hampshire and South Carolina. We can keep talking about this, and I know there are progressives out there who certainly want their videos viewed. They want clicks, they want likes, they want to be retweeted, whatever it is. Yours truly at this point wants to begin the process of starting some type of real independent movement. Now, I'll be honest with you. If Tulsi Gabbard said tomorrow or whatever, whenever, she said, okay, I'm done being a Democrat. I'm switching to independent, or I'm switching to Green Party. Holy crap, I would register as a Green Party person tomorrow. Jimmy Dore talks a lot about how to start a third political movement or party, you need a charismatic leader. Now, Tulsi Gabbard isn't charismatic in the sense that she is hypnotic and she's this soaring orator, although she's very good on the stump. She's a great public speaker. But I'm not interested in Tulsi Gabbard because she's beautiful or because she's articulate. All of those things are important. I'm interested in Tulsi Gabbard for two reasons. She'll fight for me, and I know she'll fight for me. And the second is that her policies will work. She'll fight for me and her policies will work. And that's it. Now, all that other stuff, I've talked about this in other videos, like the added bonus of having a beautiful woman from Hawaii who would represent our country and be dignified and poised, who has military experience, who is compassionate and sincere, who relates, by the way, to every group that's out there. You know, a lot of times she's targeted because she's not enough for this group or that group. She would represent all Americans, and she wouldn't shy away from representing the least of these or the people who are considered the biggest outcasts out there. Nope, she would represent everybody. I just know it. And CNN here does their little headline, which this, again, steering it in their direction. Most Google Democrat may not make next debate. Oh boy, almost like they're thrilled. Here's a candidate people like. Here's a candidate people went searching for. Now, they're not getting into the debate. We can finally put this campaign to rest. Again, Jill Stein, I'm going to keep quoting this. I know people are going to get sick of me. You can't have a revolution in a counter-revolutionary party. Can't do it. The Democratic Party is not a revolutionary party. In fact, the Democratic Party is the most incremental party that's ever existed. Incrementalism. Not sweeping changes, not bold new initiatives. Incrementalism. Now, I know Bernie's out there. And I know the Bernie people, they love Bernie and they have a connection with Bernie. I'm just as worried about Bernie as I am as far as what just happened to Tulsi. Because, yeah, Bernie's got more volunteers. Bernie's got more money. Bernie's got more name ID. Bernie has done this before. But yet, the polling has Bernie Sanders now tied with Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden. Okay? Now, it's good that he's tied with Biden. It's not so good that he's tied with Warren, because Warren is the new media darling. Warren embraces crony capitalism. Bernie Sanders does not. And this shows me that Bernie's going to get steamrolled in the exact same way. Down the road, the DNC is going to figure out a way to just get rid of him. We don't want him on the stage anymore. I mean, all these articles, he's got crazy hair. He's the Democrats or the progressives' answer to Donald Trump. He's their Trump and so forth. All of that stuff is frustrating because, again, Bernie has some good policies. So what do? This is the big moment for us. If we're looking forward, we've got to unite around a new idea, a new philosophy. And we really have to embrace it, and we have to run with it. Now, if Tulsi Gabbard says, I don't want to be a part of a third movement, I'm going to go back to my district, I'm going to serve the people there, they voted for me, I'm going to honor that contract that I made with them. She's going to be challenged in the primary next year. Some say she's going to have a rough go. Because, again, you don't cross the streams, to quote Ghostbusters. You don't cross the streams. And she's done it now on 2 different occasions. She completely took out this woman here, Kamala Harris, just obliterated her in the last debate. And where did all that support go, by the way? Unfortunately, it was like setting a pick in basketball. A lot of that support went over to Warren, which is just weird. Why wouldn't you look at Tulsi Gabbard? She's the one actually doing the debating and creating the damage, and she should be the beneficiary of some new supporters. Now, again, this isn't to say that Tulsi Gabbard isn't doing well with support. Her grassroots fundraising is through the roof. But now, people are going to be demoralized. And my idea, obviously, is to keep it going. Alternative media, independent media, I can't keep saying that over and over. So far, I haven't heard anyone step up. I don't have the means to do this. I don't have a really great place as far as shooting videos. I don't have the infrastructure. I don't have a studio like, say, Kyle Kalinske or Jimmy Dore. Any of those top-tier, candidates, like Kamala Harris, she's a top-tier candidate. Top-tier progressive commentators, we'll call them. Any of them could do this, so long as they're not part of like the TYT brigade or secretly believe in the Russian hoax or blame everything on Vladimir Putin. Anybody could do it. But what's the long-term solution to this problem? Because I still say it's going to be a rough go. Because once the general population isn't getting the news the same way, this little sliver of very informed citizens, the way they're getting it, they're not going to get that anymore because Tulsi is not going to be on CNN, and that clip isn't going to be circulated over and over again all over the internet. She's going to be on some smaller stage, probably with somebody who is asking important questions. And the American people, they're on like this fast food political diet. They're not into nuance. They're not into wonkiness. They don't want to know why foreign policy matters and how that affects our trillions and trillions of dollars that we've accumulated in debt. They don't want to know. They want to know, are the jobs still going to be there? And who's going to pay for what? If you propose something, who's going to pay for it? And it's not right-wing talking points. It's just the way the American people react to things. It's called education. We need to be able to educate people. I think there's enough social media, though, out there where something could really take hold in a third way. This would be the first year, 2020, that I think a political party, a new party or an old party with a great candidate, whether it's a green or libertarian or something independent. I think one of those candidates, if you put up, say, Biden against Trump, that creates a huge opening that you could drive a truck through. And your truck, by the way, is a metaphor for working class people who you have to go after. If you go into, say, like the Green Party, and you say, hey, I want to run as a Green Party candidate, you can't be talking about latte and a Toyota Prius and just environmental issues and just social justice issues. You've got to talk about pocketbook issues, economic justice, income inequality, sure. I mean, there are definitely some good overlap there, but some of the overlap has to be, accessible for working class people. Because the Democratic Party decided back in the 1990s that they didn't really need this group of people. Trump went after them, and he got enough of them to win the election. Trump is going to do it again. And who are the Democrats going to put up? They're going to put up an elitist. If it's Elizabeth Warren, you can't get any more elitist than Elizabeth Warren. All right? Bernie, okay, will Bernie fight? Can Bernie win this? I don't know. I think he's going to run into the same problem Tulsi Gabbard ran into. It's just going to take longer. And that's going to break more hearts. People are going to be just absolutely devastated. What do you mean Bernie's been eliminated from contention? Yeah, well, you got a three-way race, easy for me to say, between Harris, Biden, and Sanders. And so Bernie's got a third of the vote, and you would think, okay, that's enough for him to win. But now you've got the two other candidates. Who's to say Biden doesn't give all his delegates over to Warren? Or vice versa. Do you think Warren's going to give her delegates to Bernie? She voted for Hillary Clinton. She chose Hillary Clinton last time around. She will go with the establishment candidate that the DNC wants her to go with. So to be Biden against Trump, again, a huge opportunity for something new. Now, my videos are going to get old quickly because I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. If you notice, I named the channel The Radical Independent. I didn't call it The Radical Progressive or The Radical Socialist or The Radical whatever. I clearly use the word independent for a reason. We have to get away from the two-party paradigm. And we've got to stop arguing about why it's good to stay as a Democrat or what's, you're going to hear for weeks, especially after what happened to Tulsi, you're going to hear about how unfair these people are. And yet we've had 4 years to do research on this and to come up with something different. But instead we just went right back into that China shop and did the same thing, knocked over a bunch of crap and left. Bull in a China shop. Probably the wrong analogy. That's Tulsi Gabbard, though. She went in there, caused a ruckus, and now she's been locked out of the store. I don't know what we're doing. Why are we doing this? We keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and people just smile and laugh, and they call out the DNC. I mean, the amount of ink that has been written in the last few days about the DNC and how corrupt they are and how this was completely unfair. Imagine if we put some of that effort into, okay, what party can we go to where they'll recruit a really high-quality candidate? The Green Party. Who's running in the Green Party? The Libertarian Party. Who's running over there? I mean, can they represent my interests? Can they represent working class people? I would say the Greens probably have an advantage over the Libertarians because Libertarians tend to not want any type of government intervention, tipping the scales for the working class and so forth. They just want, the free market will achieve everything. And we know that the free market has given us incredible wealth inequality and income disparity and favoritism and cronyism, and you could go on and on and on. So, the bottom line of this video is we need to start working toward a third party option for the long term. Now, we need to keep trying to see if Tulsi can actually do this without all of the mainstream media support. My guess is it's going to be very, very difficult for her. And I don't have a solution for that. I think she could still do well in some polls, but she's going to have to jump over a number of hurdles, and it would be unprecedented. Can she do it? Is there a candidate better than her? No. So she could do it. But again, I'm just trying to be a realist. And as much as I love Tulsi, this entire system was designed to work against her. So if you're going to keep crying over the milk that was spilled, keep in mind that we need all hands on deck and we need some new energy. You know, I'll be talking about third-party candidates on this channel. I really will. Things I like about them, things I don't like about them, why maybe you should register as an independent or a third-party candidate or a third party in general. Maybe you should run as a third-party candidate. I don't know. I'm really just completely at my wit's end. I wish I didn't even have to do this video, but it needed to be done. This "see I told you so" mentality, I'm going to be over that soon. I could see the car wreck happening in slow motion. I was paying attention all summer, and here we are at the end. And already, you know, just a few weeks before the next big debate, or a few days, I'm not sure when it's actually scheduled, but it's not going to be too far in the future. The best candidate in my lifetime has been kept off the stage because of arbitrary polling. So I'm done with this video. I would ask you if you can help this channel out with a one-time donation or with help over on Patreon. There's a link to Patreon, the right-hand side of the banner on this YouTube channel. And then I will put my email address in the description box of this video, and I've done it in other videos in case I get to uploading and I forget to do that. You can find it pretty much in the description of most of my videos. All right, folks, have a good day. Try to keep your chin up. I mean, not much else we can do. We got to start working, though, on behalf of something new. And it would be nice to have Tulsi as part of that, but I don't think it's going to happen. See you soon.